So today, we're going to tackle a really fascinating challenge. How does a company in a super high-stakes traditional industry, we're talking fire protection here, start using the incredible power of AI without compromising the one thing it absolutely cannot afford to lose? And that's trust. Let's dig in. And this really is the core question, not just for Boyer fire protection, but honestly for pretty much every business out there right now. How do you bring in these amazing new AI tools without, opening up a whole new world of massive risks? It's a real tightrope walk between innovating and staying secure. For Boyer, the whole problem really started right here. Their data was, well, it was a mess. It was scattered all over the place, in old paper logs, tons of PDFs, countless spreadsheets. Now, in the age of AI, that's not just messy, it's a huge security vulnerability. An AI let loose on that kind of chaos could start connecting dots that were never meant to be connected, and boom, you've got a data breach just waiting to happen. Right. So the very first step wasn't about getting some fancy new AI. Nope. It was about building a fortress for their most valuable asset, their data. We're talking about their crown jewels. You have to build that secure central foundation before you do anything else. So meet the fortress. Supabase isn't just a database. Think of it more like the company's new smart nervous system. It takes all that scattered information, inspection reports, client details, you name it, and locks it all down into a single, secure digital vault. And just like that, everyone who needs access, whether it's a technician in the field or a designer back at the office, has what they need in real time. You see, the old way of doing things was just dangerously fragile. Security was all handled at the surface level. The app itself was what decided who could see what. The problem? If that app had a bug, or if an AI building it just made one little mistake, the vault doors would just swing wide open for anyone. And this is the absolute game changer. It's called row-level security, or RLS. And what it does is move all that security logic from that flimsy app layer deep down into the database itself. So what's the big deal? Well, security is no longer just a guard standing at the front gate. It's literally built into the very walls of the fortress. Okay, so here's how this smart wall actually works. Let's say an AI agent asks to see some sensitive financial data. The database itself, the vault, checks the AI's credentials and sees it's not allowed. But, and here's the brilliant part, instead of just saying no, it basically returns an empty result. It tells the AI, hey, that data you're looking for, it doesn't even exist. This creates a true zero-trust environment. The AI can't hack what it doesn't even know is there. All right, so the vault is secure, the crown jewels are safe. Now it's time to let the builders in. We're talking about the AI tools that can create brand new applications right on top of this super secure foundation. And we've got two different kinds of AI builders or artisans here. On one hand, you've got Lovable. It's designed for business users, like a field manager. You can literally just describe an app you want, say a technician portal for doing inspections, and poof, it generates the code for you. Then on the other side, you've got something like Google Anti-Gravity. This is a pro-level tool for developers. It helps them manage whole fleets of AI agents for really heavy-duty jobs, like migrating a decade's worth of old data. Okay, so we've got our foundation and we've got our builders. Now we need the brains of the operation. This is all about choosing the right large language models, the AI sieges that are going to provide the actual intelligence and reasoning power. And listen, this is not about picking one winner. It's about having a smart hybrid strategy. Think of Google's Gemini as the reader. With its gigantic context window, it can gobble up and make sense of, say, 50 different PDF documents for a single construction bid. Then you have Anthropic's Claude, who we'll call the writer. Claude excels at reasoning and generating really precise, high-quality code for those custom apps. It's all about using the right brain for the right job. So we have our fortress, our builders, and our brains. What's next? Well, now it's time to build an actual workforce. And yeah, I'm talking about autonomous AI agents. These are basically digital employees designed to handle specific, repetitive, and super time-consuming tasks. So let me introduce you to the AI workforce for Marbleism. First up, you've got Stan. He's a lead gen specialist who's constantly scanning public permit databases for new construction projects, flagging potential leads. Then there's Sunny, the social media manager who can take photos from job sites and draft awesome social media posts. And you've got Eva, the executive assistant, handling all that tedious scheduling. They're not just tools, they're specialized members of a new digital team. But, and this is a huge but, giving an AI a job like this comes with a massive risk, especially when it's talking to the outside world.
I mean, what happens if an AI hallucinates and emails a client a 50% discount? You see, the single biggest danger here is giving an AI the power to click send. The solution, thankfully, is actually pretty simple, but it is absolutely non-negotiable. It's the human-in-the-loop protocol. It means the AI agents operate in draft mode. That's it. They can do all the research, write the email, prepare everything. But a human being must always review the final work and be the one to physically click send. That one simple step prevents a whole world of potential disaster. Okay, the final piece of this puzzle is figuring out how to manage the vast ocean of internal company knowledge. Boyerifier deals with these incredibly dense, complex fire codes. What they needed was an AI librarian. And that is exactly what Google's Notebook LM is. It's like the company's own private brain. You can upload all those dense NFPA fire codes, safety manuals, local regulations, everything. And now, a designer can ask a super complex question like, what are the seismic bracing requirements for this specific pipe in St. Louis? And get an instant, correct answer, complete with a direct citation from the official document. It's an expert consultant that literally can't hallucinate because it's grounded only in your documents, in your reality. So, let's bring this all together now. All of these different pieces, the vault, the artisans, the sages, and the agents, they're all governed by one overarching security protocol. Let's call them the rules of engagement. For their most sensitive financial data, they use a really smart three-layer defense. First, there's a behavioral rule, a simple company policy. Financial files are never, ever uploaded to a public chat AI. Easy. Second, the architectural firewall we already talked about. The Supabase RLS makes financial tables completely invisible to any unauthorized AIs. And finally, a technical layer. If an AI absolutely must analyze financial patterns, a proxy script first strips out all the sensitive details like names and account numbers. And look, this isn't just a collection of cool tools or some abstract theory. It is a cohesive, strategic roadmap. And it's a roadmap that you can actually implement in logical phases. Step 1. Build the secure foundation with Supabase. Step 2, create your knowledge base with Notebook LM. After that, you build your first custom app to solve a real, tangible business problem. And only then, once all that is in place, do you carefully start to pilot autonomous agents. Always, always with a human in the loop. So, this brings us all the way back to that central question. Every single business, and that includes yours, has its own crown jewels, that critical data, that client trust, that secret sauce that you simply cannot afford to lose. As we all rush headfirst into this new AI-powered world, probably the most important question you can ask yourself is this: who's building your vault?